Y'all ready for this? Yeah. This is the Lisa Baxter Show, giving you the 411 in the kidney one. My girl, and say, this is. Oh my goodness. I just don't know what to do. I need help. It's bad enough I deal with an illness. It's bad enough I'm a caregiver. It's bad enough I need insurance for my health. It's bad enough I got so much going on. Where is the help? Where is the resources? I keep looking, I keep dialing, I keep punching, I keep calling, I keep Googling, I keep going to the YouTube, I'm making calls, 311, 411, this, that, and the other. I need help. I need money. I need cash. I need a home attendant. I just need so much stuff. What can I do? What should I do? Do anybody know what to do? I mean, I just can't stand it anymore. But I do know a woman. Oh, this woman is, I just don't know what else to say about her. But I know she can help me. She's resourceful. She's a social worker. She loves people. God help her. She's talented. I don't know one thing. I'm going to get her on the phone or something. Wait a minute. It's time for her show because this is the Lisa Baxter Show, giving you the 411 in the kidney world. Hi, everybody, and good evening. I am so glad that you tuned in to the Lisa Baxter Show on tonight. Yes, I am. So much is happening in the world. So much is going on, but we just got to keep our wits and our prayers and our life about ourselves and do the best we can and stand on what we need to stand on and do the right thing. How about that? I ain't mad at you. Well, anywho, I got the best show for you tonight. Every week is the best show. How about that? But tonight, I have a wonderful guest. Let me give you her introduction. Don't start nothing, won't beat nothing now. All right? She is a model. All right? She's a promotional model. Right? She's a social worker. All right? She's a promotional model. She's a social worker. She's won a world-class essay contest. All right? And she was president of the student body. Okay? Oh, she's just wonderful. She's excellent. She's beautiful too. You won't believe it. I have to introduce her. Her name is Faith Harvey. Come on, Faith. How you doing, sweetie? You have it.
Hello, everyone.
Well, welcome,
Thanks
Faith.
for having me.
Oh, I am so glad to have you. I was just glad that you said yes. That was the main thing. You said yes. And I just want the people out there to see and find out just how blessed and how beautiful and how wonderful you are and what's been going on and how you be a blessing and a help to others. Okay?
Sure. Well, everything's been going great. I just got back to work. I gave birth recently, as you know, and now
Congratulations.
thank you so much. She's so beautiful, and so now I'm returning to work. So I think my job as a social worker is very important. As you can imagine, a time like this, with everything going on as far as the pandemic, as far as Black
Mhm.
people fighting for their rights. So my role is like very important. So of course, coming in back to work with all these things going on, I am
Yes.
very busy. But nevertheless, my love for helping people, I just love what I do. And even though it get challenging, just knowing that I am helping people just keeps me going.
Wow. Wow. Well, I know that's right. I know that's right. You know, helping people can be challenging, and you give it your all, you give it your best, you know, you give it what you're able to give it. The first thing I want to ask you about, okay, you're a social worker. Tell me what a day in the life of a social worker is like.
A day in the life of a social worker, especially what I do. So I am the lead case planner in the therapeutic department. So the day in the life it can vary. Like it can go from working in the office calmly to running a court to removing a child or finding a child a home to going to the emergency room to going to the prison. Like it can vary. That's why I think a social worker job is so undervalued because we have so many roles. Sometimes I come into work, I'm a mother. Sometimes I go into work, I'm a doctor. Sometimes I come into work, I'm a therapist. Sometimes I go
You
into
ain't
work,
never.
yes, I'm a lawyer. So like I just have so many roles. Like so it constantly changing, constantly switching. So yes, it's very different every day.
Oh, sure. I'm sure. I'm a family social worker, and I've been a social worker for 24 years. And I deal with families. When I say the family, I deal with the whole family. So if the family consists of the mother, the father, and the children, and now grandparents are also in the home too, of course. So that's the whole family. So whoever have the issue or have a need, I deal with them. The children are my most. I mostly work for the children, but I do help the family as a whole unit. So that's my thing. So it's not just getting them child care or apartment or a job or anything like that. It's, you know, listening to them, like you said, helping them. Maybe they want to go back to college,
Absolutely.
need a GED or an ESL, immigration issue. You know how that plays in New York and other places too. You know, so anything can jump off with a social worker, and you wear many hats and you have to do many things and be ready for that challenge. And I can tell that you are definitely ready for the challenge. I mean, I don't know I know what you said, and I know what you do, but sometimes your job description is not even saying what you really do. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. That's correct.
Yeah.
And of course with anything I do, I definitely put my best foot forward. And it shows in my work. Like just even when I first started this position, the constant promotions, it definitely like shows. I really work hard. Sometimes I work even when I'm not supposed to be working. So 24 hours a day, I'm thinking about my families, I'm thinking about my kids, you know, just to try to make sure I'm doing my best just to help them and giving them the best
Yeah.
help they need.
Mm. Well, what was one of your best cases, you would say? One of your best cases, or one of your favorite cases, or something that's unforgettable that you might have helped someone with, or you know, someone with.
Well, I can't say I have a best or a favorite case because I think every case is very unique, but I am happy when my story
Mhm.
is a success story. Because, you know, not every story in the social field is a success. Of course, my goal is for it to always be a success, but sometimes that's not always the reality. So I'm happy when I'm able to get my kids back to their families when I hear like I had a youth recently graduate from college. So that,
What?
you know,
Wow.
yes, that makes me happy when I able to get them focused in school, ensuring they get their driver's license and, you know, just staying
Wow.
focused and graduating. That's a accomplishment. It becomes like self-rewarding. Just seeing like, yes, you know, we did it.
Mm.
They did it, but I feel like we did it as a parent. We did it together.
Wow. Wow. Mm. Well, you were a promotional model. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh yes, I am. I do runway modeling, print model, as well as promotion model. modeling. A lot of
Mhm.
people do not know what promotional modeling means, but a promotional model is someone that advocates or promote either your product, your brand, and so forth. So I started promotional modeling now for about a couple of years. I do promotional modeling for two agencies. One is Push
Mhm.
Agency, that's an international agency, and the other one is a smaller agency, which is Mega Metro Marketing. So for Push, I do modeling for so many various products, so many various events. So anything you could think of, whether it's hair products, whether it's liquor or beer, whether it's clothing, whether it's to eat healthy, you know, and Mega Metro Marketing, the smaller one is specifically for like wine and liquor. So yes.
Wow. Wow. Well, how did you get into that field?
So when became signed with Metro Marketing, I actually made a model mayhem. So normally, I first I was opposed to it because I heard so many horror stories with model
Mm,
mayhem. So those that's here
yeah.
listening, that's an aspiring model, do not be discouraged just because you see negative comments or negative reviews. Sometimes I think we need to try it out for ourselves because you might have a different outcome. So I
Yeah.
did at first. I read the reviews and it was like, don't go, don't make a page. It's a scam. People up here try to use you. But in spite of it, I made an account and I was had the account for 5 days, and within 5 days, I had the CEO of the company actually reach out to me, and he was like, and he informed me, I love your look. I am a photographer, but I just do photography for fun. But what I do is I own a business, and we are looking for a promotional model right now. Would you be interested? And he gave me the pay, and he let me know like what I'll be doing and so forth. And I was like, yes, I'm interested. And it just worked out. And when I started with Push Agency modeling, of course, I do runway and print. While I was doing runway modeling, one of the other
Hmm.
models had informed me about it. So I decided to make an account, and from there I just started booking like a lot of shows and a lot of events, and it's been a blessing. So I just thank God for just opening so many doors for me.
Many.
So
Okay. Fantabulous. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you do got to take a chance because, I was doing acting since I was young and small and stuff. And I had real great producers and real great, and then I had the ones that stole my money and sold me a dream. So you got to know what you're doing. And you got to be careful. Some people don't have an agent or somebody to help them. You know what I mean? You do so many things yourself, send in the headshots and what have you. But I'm glad that somebody told you about it that was credible. And you were able to follow up with it. And despite the hype of the other thing, you still pressed through it and got something out of it. So I'm glad you pressed on and pushed. I'm sure you are inspiring somebody out there that might want to do that, or maybe heard a negative story that maybe want to change their mind now or see what you are doing.
right,
So
take a
I'm
chance and take a risk. Absolutely.
wow,
Use
wow.
wisdom, but sometimes I think we become discouraged just from the negative comments and the negative reviews. But sometimes you have to take that chance and take that risk because everyone's story is different.
That's right.
So,
That's right. You never know which one is that one that God's going to open what door, because he's still going to open doors for you, and he has opened many for me, and some of you out there, he's opening doors. So get ready to walk through. Now, you've been to college. You're a social worker.
right.
You're the top model. I ain't mad at you. You also used to be a dispatcher for an ambulance, right?
Yes. Yes, I
Right.
have. I actually have a long history of dispatching. Um, I was a police dispatcher first for about almost 2 years. And then from there, I went forward to ambulance dispatching. And I would like to pay homage to police dispatchers and ambulance dispatchers because, as you know, the work can be very stressful because sometimes you are working overtime, you are dealing with emergency cases.
Yes.
However, you just have to remain calm and just get the job done. So, yes.
Wow. Yeah, yeah. That's so true. That is so true. And I'm so proud of them out there and they're doing their thing out there. You know what I mean? And, despite the risk, they're still doing what they have to do and still taking care of family at the same time. So they're really doing a lot and my hat off to them.
Yes, they
And,
saving lives. They're the heroes. And even
the
right
real one.
now, like, because even when I was dispatching, it was challenging every day because you dealing with a lot of emergency cases, whether it's health issues, whether it's violence. So even in that time, it was so crucial. So just imagine at a time like this with all these things going on, with a pandemic going on, with the protests going on. So they are the real heroes that don't wear the cape. So
Yeah.
definitely shout out to them
Oh, yes.
right
Oh,
now.
yes. I know that in that you have ran into some dialysis patients or transplant patients, and I know you might know a little bit about dialysis. I know your grandmother didn't go on dialysis, but she experienced kidney failure. Tell me what you know, learned, or what did you do when you did run into these type of people or folk?
So with so I encounter a lot of dialysis patients while I was doing the ambulance dispatching, and we had built great relationships. Like, I think
Wow.
that was the most important because sometimes I think people forget, more important than your job, people forget just to be nice. You'll
Thank
be
you.
surprised how far just being nice can take you. Like, just
Mm.
every person, every patient that I dealt with, just having a conversation with them about their families, telling them that you're praying for them, asking them just how they're feeling today, and just encouraging them with just,
Mm.
it went a long way. So that is the thing that stuck out the most with working with the many dialysis patients that I had, because there were so many races, so many ages, not just old, because I know we think of dialysis patients just being the elderly, but no, there were young people that were
That's right.
regular dialysis patients. But
Say it.
yes, so don't take your health for granted. Take care of yourself, and yes, I just built a lot of relationships with those people when they shared their stories of the different sicknesses that they had and the different experiences that they had on dialysis. I actually remember one story with one of my patients that was on dialysis, and what he told me that was I thought was really interesting is he resides in Virginia. So he usually do his routine dialysis in Virginia, as normal, and everything is go as scheduled. But he had informed me one time he was like traveling with his wife, and he went to Canada, and he did dialysis while he was out in Canada. And he told me it was a very different experience for him. He told me that he loved it. It was like in Canada, like the doctors, like they like want you to live, like they. So he said when he went
Mm.
to dialysis in Canada, he said he'd been fine like for months before he actually had to start doing it again when he came back to Virginia. So I thought that was interesting. I know that's your
Wow.
expertise, so I just had to share that with you and just let me know
Well,
what
that
you thoughts about that. Maybe Canada. So yeah, so
I even had dialysis in Canada. Mitch and I took a cruise somewhere, and I mean around, and I had to get off the boat. They got boats now that do dialysis, but when we were going, we didn't know nothing about a boat. So when the thing where I was supposed to go messed up, I had to go to an emergency room in Canada, and they was the sweetest people. that I ever met there. So kind to me and nice to me, and didn't make me feel like dirt for not having an appointment. They understood the emergency of it. I wasn't mad at them. Let me tell you, I never forgot them. I think I sent them a card and everything. Like Bishop always say, Archbishop Rockford, he always says, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And I'm telling you, that nice, I never forgot it. And that was years and years ago.
Right. Yep. That definitely goes back to what I said. Yes, I've heard they're really nice.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, I know you came by modeling honestly because your mother, Carolyn Harvey, I'm telling you, she was a beautiful model, and she still can
Yes.
model, and she still look good at her age. I ain't mad at her. You know what I mean? So
Yes,
you
that's my
came by
inspiration.
models in the family. You know, you got models all up in the family and everything like that, and
Absolutely.
you was always smart. You know, you were always doing well. Now, if you can tell somebody out there, whether it be modeling, well, you did tell us a little about modeling, but about being a social worker or even being a new mom or anything, what would you say to them out there to help them or encourage them before I end the show? See, I told you it wasn't long.
No, that is absolutely fine. I think just in general, just being on the show, it's a few things I probably would like to say. One is definitely do not take your health for granted. One of the things
Amen.
that I was surprised that you didn't ask me, I thought the reason why you brought me on the show because I actually had experience with my health as well. So I want to say, don't take your health for granted. Take care of yourself. Eat well. Build your immune system. Limit your stress. Your health is very important. So that's one thing. Secondly, which I had mentioned earlier, it pays to be nice. Be nice to people because building relationships go a long way. Sometimes
Mhm.
it's not about how good you can do the job. Sometimes it's not about who you know. Just being
All
nice can really change the situation and change someone's life. And the social field every day, I deal with different clients. And sometimes the clients are not always happy. You know, they come in with their trauma and they come in with their experience, but just a smile, offering food. You hungry? Just
yeah.
that goes a long way. It helps them open up to you and relaxes them and they listen. So that's very important. And the third thing I would like to share, which is what I also mentioned before, take risks and take chances. As I said again, like when I first made my account with Model Mayhem, there was negative reviews and it the average person would have been discouraged. But sometimes you have to go take that chance because not every story, not everybody else's story is just story. So look, I
Mhm.
made the account and I had a positive outcome. So take chances.
Now, I didn't ask you anything about your health because that's not what you didn't mention it to me. So, you know, on the show, I try to let people, you know, be open. I like resources and I like to show the profession that I like to show the whole person. So if I talk about the illness or anything else, what type of illness was it? You can say at least before I
Yes,
end
supraventricular tachycardia. So that a lot of
it.
people do not know what that is, and not even rookie doctors understand it. But it's when your heart rates usually between 100 to 300 beats per minute. So I was diagnosed with that, officially diagnosed at 26, but I had my first encounter at 24.
Wow,
Yes.
wow. Well, you look well. You don't look you
Yes.
don't look sick. You always looked well. You carried the baby excellently. You know everything. So you know, and I know you are a young lady of faith. You know, we attend the same church. We run the same circles, and so I know you are a young lady of a young woman of faith, and you got a tight relationship with God, and that I know that's good. And
Absolutely. Yes, thank God. And that's the reason why I look healthy and I look well. And I am healthy and I am well. Let me actually change that. But
yeah,
yes, so I thank God for that. And that time at 24 when I passed out my first time, and I was going to multiple doctors because they didn't know what was going on. They was telling me, "You're okay. It's just migraines." They gave me so many different diagnoses. It wasn't until I was 26 when I got my diagnosis. And going back to that, I do want to say, know your body, because plenty of times you can go into a doctor's office not feeling good, and and they may send you away. Do not let them send you away, or if they send you away, you go to another doctor that will listen.
Yes.
Your health is important. You
So much.
know your body better than anyone else. Not a doctor can tell you what you're feeling and your symptoms. So I was determined to find out what was going on, because I knew I'm young and God has way more going for me. I wasn't going out at 24. I was going to find out what was going on. So as challenging as it was, as depressing as it was, and my family can tell you, it was a depressing time, but thank God, believing and having a strong family and having a pray family, I kept going until I found out what was wrong. And then from there, I was able to get treated and become better and be healed. So
yes,
thank God for
going.
that. Yes.
It's important. You kept going. You didn't take no for an answer. I believe in going to another doctor. I believe getting more answers than one.
Yes,
and
a second opinion.
I would say you have a degree in what you have it in, but I have a degree in Lisa Baxter. I've known that body for 57 years. All right. I have a different degree in that, but the body degree, 57 years. Okay. But we can work together in this, Doc. I ain't mad at you. Any shout out to anybody? I must end the show. Mr. Belcher has a show right after this, and I hope everybody tune in. Go ahead. Any shout out to anybody?
I'm sorry. Yes, I just want to give a shout out to my baby, my newborn princess. I love her. And a shout out to my family, and a shout out to you guys that's listening. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm Faith, and have a blessed day.
Wow. Well, thank you, Miss Faith Harvey. I appreciate you very much. Keep doing your runway thing. Keep doing the God thing too, and keep taking care of your body and the little schmookie. All right? So be good. I love you. I see you when the pandemic is over at church. But until then, I'll see you virtually. But much love and many kisses, and take care. All right?
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, guys, you heard it from the runway model that had something with the ticker going on. All right. So God saw her through like he can see you through anything that you deal with. All right. So take care of your body, get your resources straight. Much love to you. And I'll see you next week on with another great show. Good night. Good love. Farewell. Peace. Y'all ready for this? Yeah. This is the Lisa Baxter Show, giving you the 411 and the kid me one.